Site analysis for the Albany-Hudson Electric Trail and potential problems for the Kinderhook Lake area. New York State has proposed building a hiking trail that will utilize the rail grade created in 1900 for the Albany-Hudson Electric Trolley Line. The new trail, called the Albany-Hudson Electric Trail, will utilize a railroad grade and land that has been owned by Niagara-Mohawk Power Corporation since the demise of the trolley line in the 1920s. This land runs adjacent to Kinderhook Lake in the town of Valatia and passes through a number of properties that have right-of-ways deeded in place since 1900s and in sections is currently used as an access road for properties near the lake. Due to the land being utilized already for several purposes, the Albany-Hudson Electric Trail has created a number of concerns from local landowners. We will explore these concerns utilizing GIS data to analyze the trail's actual impact on the town of Valatia and the owners of parcels affected by the new trail. Early in the 1900s, A&H Power and Light built an electric trolley line to connect Albany to Hudson, New York. The line was famous for being the third electric trolley line ever built in the United States and for the 35-mile track between Albany and Hudson from 1899 to 1927. The trolley connected Hudson and Albany while also stopping at towns and villages along its path. This trolley line passed through Valatia, New York, which is adjacent to Kinderhook Lake, where A&H Power and Light built an amusement park called Electric Park that people flocked to from 1901 to 1920. Electric Park was a hotspot for the people from Albany who could ride the trolley to the park for a small fee. The amusement park was very popular for about 15 years. However, with the Great Depression and the rise of the automobile, the park slowly lost attendance until it was closed in 1920. Electric Park was also famous for its electric carousel, bumper cars, and one of the first roller coasters in the country. People came from all around to ride the rides and take in the beautiful lake scenery. Sadly, the Great Depression had crippling effects on the park, as people could not afford to enjoy the frivolities of the beautiful location. Though the park continued to strive to stay alive, the advent of the personal motor car was the final nail in the coffin of the park. People were now able to travel anywhere they desired, and the Electric Park line became less and less popular. One sad event also affected the line's use, when in 1927 there was a terrible accident on the line when two trolley cars were racing to try and beat the other to a switch in the track line. The trolleys hit traveling at 40 miles an hour, and there were 9 fatalities and a dozen of the people severely injured. This, as one can imagine, had a significant impact on the people's desire to travel by trolley. In 1929, the rails were removed from the grade, and the grade was sold for use as high-tension electric power line right-of-way. Since then, the rail grade property has been maintained by Niagara-Mohawk Electric Company, where lines have been consistently upgraded to provide large amounts of electricity to the towns along its path. Recently, New York State purchased the right-of-way along the former line and has proposed to build a bike and foot trail to provide recreational use of these lands. Unfortunately, this proposal impacts a number of landowners due to its proximity to businesses as well as its combined use as a right-of-way to a number of homes. Here we will explore some of the concerns of the citizens and businesses using geographical information and the ArcGIS software to analyze its actual impact. How will this installation affect traffic, property values, and the safety of the people and businesses that already utilize this land? The proposed route travels through Rensselaer and Columbia County and passes through 8 towns, 2 cities, and 3 villages. The construction of the trail will be over a 2-year period and will affect numerous landowners who live near the site of the former Electric Park Amusement Center. In this illustration from ArcGIS,
This is Columbia County, and this is the populations of the local towns. This is the area in which the Albany Electric Rail Trail is going to go through.
We can see the most congested areas of the trail and the numerous properties that are already utilizing this section for the trail near the lake. The trail will clearly travel within several feet of a number of properties. In fact, there are a number of properties that utilize the grade as their only road access. These landowners will need to be given access to allow them to get their vehicles to their property. So far, a proposal for this has not been provided. However, with the GIS imagery, we can see that, in fact, only 7 actual properties require the road access from the trail, so the impact on the community in this regard will be limited.
We will now be looking at the area of Kinderhook Lake and how it'll be affected by the rail trail.
But of equal concern is that the trail will pass within feet of landowners. Several landowners have expressed concern regarding the safety and security of their land as it will be close in proximity. Again, no proposal has been put forth to address these safety and security issues. Another notable concern is the trailhead, which is in view of Kinderhook Lake and connects to East Shore Drive, where there is only private ownership and no public area for bathing, boating, or other recreational activities. It is hard to believe that this will not be the site of consistent trespassing. This concern is clearly going to be a problem, but again, no proposal has been made on how to alleviate the safety and security issues. Also of concern is the effect the path will have on property values.
Now we can look at the realty parcels adjacent to the trail and their values. See that this is worth $180,000.
Here we can see that the properties affected are few, and in similar areas on other trails, it has been seen that the property values actually rose due to the exposure to potential property buyers.
Now we'll be looking at the average daily traffic on Route 203, which travels right next to the trail. You can see here that 1,607 cars pass through this area every day.
The question as to increased traffic in the area seems to be a moot point, as the trailhead does not provide parking at this juncture and should therefore not increase the traffic on Route 203 or on Electric Park Drive. In summary, the GIS information available for the area shows that most of the concerns voiced by the public are actually going to be beneficial to the property owners, and the Albany-Hudson Electric Trail is likely to be part of a substantial improvement in the Kinderhook Lake region.